This is the Joanna Sheen magazine and box kit. This is number 10. Comes from our friends at Practical Publishing. And as you know, these are just chock full of things. This time, Joanna has teamed up with an artist named Barbara Anderson for some beautiful, beautiful papers. So let me show you, this is the magazine, but let me show you the goodies that come included because I know you're dying to know. There is going to be these dies. There's a butterfly and 2 flowers. Very, very pretty. And there's also an embossing folder. You can see, very useful. And then we also have these stamps. So again, flowers are what's going on, and you've got the corner treatment that you get in the embossing folder in a stamp, so that's kind of nice. Also words as well as the flowers. Now, speaking of flowers, you are going to receive all of these. Now, these are cutouts, and they are, as you can tell right here, beautiful. Now, they are designed so that if you want to, you can cut this piece out and foam tape it onto the corresponding design right here. Same thing with this one. You can cut it out and put it on top of this design. And then you've got other pieces that will coordinate. So that's true of the entire pages as I'm going to show them to you. Now, you can do it that way, or you can use this separately, you can use this separately, you can use this separately. You get the idea. There are, according to the kit, 252 papers and toppers. Well, these are counted as individual toppers, so they are printed on double-sided paper, so that's really nice because you see that nothing goes to waste. But let me show you. You're going to get 2 of each one I'm showing you, and they are all beautiful. Now, Barbara Anderson is a new artist to me, and I'll tell you, I'm in love with what she's got. They're just beautiful. Some of them are like this. You can, again, cut that out and fold it, use it as a tag, or use them separately. Very nostalgic looking, very, very pretty art. And there's some birds along with the flowers, and then it duplicates. So there you go. Really beautifully done. Okay, now let's see what the design team has done in the magazine. And I've got things tabbed, as you know. So we're going to start right here where you can get everything. And this is all kind of laid out just so that you can see what's included. Now, because this is a magazine and a box kit, all of the projects in the magazine are using the product that's in the box. So that's a really special treat, and maybe one reason why they sell out so quickly. Fun with Florals. This is really a different technique where she has die cut the front of her card, but then she has kind of used it as a stencil to stencil inside her card, and then she used another of the pieces die cut and colored on top. So that'll make more sense when you see the article. Also, the embossing folder is right here, and I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but you can see it in person. So just some beautiful looks, maybe inking that to make it gold and then putting a flower on. So lots of really a pretty look from that particular designer. Here we have more ideas, doing some frames around the flowers, and you can see how that embossing folder has been used one way here and another way there. So that's intriguing, kind of how that opens up. Here we have a stand-up card. We've got a regular card, but look how the embossing folder is here and putting one of the pieces of art going up and then cutting out another piece right here to kind of overlap it. Really, really nice. It was hard to choose what to show you. There's an article about Barbara Anderson. She lives in Wisconsin, I think. Yes, she lives in Wisconsin and has been doing art. She's been working in the design industry for many, many years and has started doing her own art. It's beautiful. Now we're going to go even further. And let me show you, and I just like to show you things that really piqued my interest. So you can see how these are being used and some different ways. This is called a pyramid style, where you actually die cut the image and layer them on top of each other. So there's a heart here, and there's another heart here, all cut out of the base piece. Gives you some depth without distorting that image. Here we have some calendars. I thought that was an interesting way. And there is a download for the calendar, and so that's available when you have the magazine, of course. So that was a fun way because there's just so much. Now we've got more ideas. You can see, oh, it's just so pretty, and even more here. So give you lots of ideas. This is the back side of the paper, that first one I showed you, using some of the full image, and then that cut out image as a separate piece. That's another way to do it. So you can just see lots and lots of ways to use this beautiful, beautiful collection. And let's see, for all occasions, so kind of expanding it, maybe using it with some cutting dies you might have, using it with vellum, and that's pretty to kind of layer and kind of ghost back part of it, and then highlight perhaps one blossom as was done right there. Just so many things. So there you go. This is where it's done in the traditional manner. I can see that these are layered with foam tape, a beautiful, rich look, as you can see on both sides of the page. And here are more. Again, lovely layers and kind of looking decoupage-y. So there we go. And a couple of more to show you. Here's some with that embossing folder and simply stamping. And more right here. So as you can see, lots of ways to use the really rich assortment of imagery as well as stamps and embossing folder. You're going to want to keep this for lots of ways, and also the cutting die. All of this by Joanna, Sheen, and Barbara Anderson from our friends at Practical Publishing. It's here now. Get them while you can.